Hi.
Hello.
I have a question for you, Gloryhound.
Yes. Okay.
While the beginning little thingamajiggies are going, can you see me on the private screen?
I cannot, but I hope you're dancing because I am.
I'm totally dancing.
Okay,
See,
then
I
we're
can
dancing together.
We're like,
And we're all like,
boom, boom. When that Game
Right?
Toppers ones drops, I'm just like, oh, I'm totally getting down over here. Because I can actually see you, and I'm wondering if that's
Can
because
you?
I'm hosting
Okay.
it, so I think
so.
that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't see me so good because my dance moves are not that great.
Oh.
They're not that great.
I can feel it though. I can feel the vibe of it, and I have to
Love
dance
it.
as well through it.
Love it.
I love
All right,
battle
let's
cries.
see.
Yeah, battle cries
Yeah, go
comment
ahead.
right off the bat. It cracks me up right here. I've got a string, push pins, and a wall to track this conversation.
Oh my gosh, last week it was like cactus in the butt.
Yes.
And I don't even know what else. That was absurd. But it was awesome. Hi to Nerd Shelves. How are you? Hello to Chrissy. This is my dear friend Chrissy. Hi and bye. Just got to work. Yeah, she is a worky McWorkerton. So she just became a member at a church in her area, and she just loves volunteering, and I think it's the most precious thing. So she'll Marco Polo me later in the day and be completely wiped out because she spent 3 hours with 2-year-olds.
That's freaking amazing.
Work.
God
it is
bless
amazing.
You.
I know,
bless
right?
You spending all that time with 2-year-olds.
Bless
I don't
you.
know. Yes.
Bless you, my lady. At church, I was volunteering. It was 2 weeks ago to sign the 4th and 5th grade boys in. And I have been trying to memorize all their names. There's 20 kids. So I get their names wrong. And they actually, there's a couple of the boys who get ticked at me for getting their names wrong. I'm like, I'm trying, okay? So I know, I'm like, what the heck? So all of COVID, they had their masks on. But as masks are coming off now, I'm trying to get to know who they are because I did not see the bottom part of their face for
didn't see their face
a year. And so now I'm getting their names wrong and they're like, that's not my name. I'm like, dude, I'm trying. But anyways, the children's church pastor asked if I could move into the twos room for one Sunday. He's like, we're short. We need people over there. I'm like, yeah, I got it. Girl, that's not my calling. That ain't my calling. I was like,
it's a special
babies
gift.
Are precious. I don't want to watch yours.
It's a very special gift you have to have. Anybody who watches young children,
bless you.
Yes.
And some people are amazing at it.
Yes.
And they can keep up with the energy and do the things. And by the end, I was like, stop crying. You're fine.
Right?
I can't do this. I can't. Oh my gosh. Hello to Omar. Hello to Jolly Lumpy. That's a cool little name there. Hi, Wall. I'm just trying to say hi to all the people. This is a long comment. What's going on here? I did a live stream with Luke from Broken Meeple, and he could see us, but I couldn't see him. He was laughing because he could see me dancing with every translation. I had no idea he could see me. I'm just going to assume safely that you and I are both getting down when that music's going.
Right?
Because why would you not? Why would you not?
Right. It's such good music.
It's great music. That's great. Hello, Fatal Paper Cut. Hello, Tony. Speaking of Tony, so we had a wedding. Brandon and I are photographers, in case anybody in the chat doesn't know this. And we photographed a wedding this past Friday. It was amazing. It was a
Oh,
man. Their house was it was like out of a magazine, huge and glorious. There was a fountain and
oh
landscaping and a
my
pool. It was just
God.
crazy. Yeah. So it was a
So
backyard
pretty.
wedding. I know, I know. And this couple is so fun. And we did their engagement shoots. The guy's name is Tony. And he kind of talks like this. And he's always got a baseball cap on. He's just really like, and so every time I see him, I'm like, Tony. So I walked into their house the day of the wedding, and told myself I wasn't gonna do this. But then I saw him, and I was like, Tony. And on his wedding day,
In
and
the middle
everyone's
of
like,
it. Everybody's like, who is
yeah, yeah.
that?
All the guests that were
Who
on
is
there were like,
that?
and I'm like, I'm a photographer. Hi. Yeah, yeah. They're so cool. They didn't care, but
Ooh,
total dork. Yeah.
okay, so Kat had a really good one. What we were wanting to know about the Spiel the Yaras winners. Did you hear us? They
Oh.
did the Spiel.
I did, and the winners were we just talked about this
I
last night
know
on our
one of them
stream.
was Micro Macro City, right? Was it Micro?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
What
yes,
was the
yes,
other
yes.
one? Shoot. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Nathan knows. Nathan, you're here. What was it? I know he can. I know he can get this one. Shoot. Wait. I want to think of it. Micro Macro is not a
Got this.
surprise at all.
Well,
That
yeah.
game is amazing.
Well,
Like,
and we had talked
loved
about
it.
this a little bit with Spiel and all the different sort of like awards that games can win and how each one is completely different. So if people are
Yes.
surprised by the winners of the Spiel awards
Yeah.
and Essen and stuff like that, you have to know that they are looking primarily more towards family orientated games and like you're not going to find like a super heavy Euro probably getting a winner on there. You know, they're
Okay.
looking for more Mensa select games you can win quick or you can learn quickly and then play that might have strategic depth to it.
That's
Well,
really
probably
interesting. So
will.
there is a criteria for that. Like I didn't know that was like
If you go through all of this Spiel the Jahr
yeah.
winners, you just notice like that's the type of games that they pick. Just like if you go to Board Game Geek awards and winners and stuff like that, you know that these are going to be popular games as you go
Got
along.
it.
So like
Okay.
some people get disappointed by some games winning over others during those and really
Yes.
like there's a reason for it. It's just because a different
Yeah.
group, they're looking for different things, you know? So like I think what was it? Lost Cities of Anarch or something like that was
Arnak?
paired with it. Yeah, it was paired with
Yeah.
it. And they're like, why did you pick Micro Macro City? It's not a real game, you know? And it's like, well, they're not looking for like heavier Euro-y style games work. They want something that's going to be family friendly, fun, easy to the table, you know, a nice play, you know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes and stuff. Those are the types of games that you're going to be seeing from there. So
that's very interesting. I didn't know that. I don't keep up with those awards at all. And it's not, I don't want to say that I don't care because it takes a lot of work and I'm sure the people who made these games are super proud of it. I just always find that I like pay this much attention to it. I always find out later, I'm like, yay, what did I miss?
Loopy said Spiel games are for German families, which that might be the sort of games that families in Germany really, really like. So you kind of got to keep that in mind whenever you're looking at those. Like those are going to be great games. And same thing with BGG awards and stuff like that. And any other award that they end up doing for Gen Con and stuff, they all are probably going to be great games because there's a ton of games to choose out there from, but they're all going to be for a specific group of people.
Right. That's so interesting. I didn't really know that at all. Paleo was the Kennerspiel.
Oh, okay.
Says, my baby, yeah. Hi, Randy. I love you. Okay, sorry. Let's see. This is Nathan's. I'll just give out my own awards to Marvel and Dune. Yeah, Nathan was disappointed at Dune Imperium. Make your own spiel.
Right, make your own award list and be like, I give out awards for this
just
and
do
this.
that.
They were amazing this year, okay?
Like, Dr. Gloryhoundd says, I was really hoping chess would finally win this year.
So, you can't do that.
Chess, yeah. I mean, Micro Macro is so fun. We play the first 5 or so and stop to save the rest for the family reunion. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. That's a good game for a family reunion. Get everybody around the table with this huge like map. That's brilliant, Tails. Brilliant. I still have yet to find that game, and I keep hearing that people snatch it up, and then within an hour, it's gone. So
Jolly says for heavier games, there's the Kennerspiel des Jahres, which I did not realize that the Kennerspiel des Jahres has a little bit more heavy, like aptitude to it here.
Oh, I did not know that either. I'm finding out stuff today.
Right? We always learn new things on the show because
every time.
that collective
I learned about
audience.
cactus last
Right?
week.
Right?
Yeah. I never know. I never know what we're going to talk about. We play together award says wall, and then fate. What does this one say? Fatal. It's dual. Oh, duo. I'm not sure what you
A
mean by
duel? Probably
that.
a do? I
Fatal.
don't
It's
know.
dual. Oh, I don't know. Sorry.
Maybe he's talking to
Loopy.
Fatal Paper Cut. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. You know what is really interesting? When I hover over a comment to click on it, it blocks it out. So like I can't read it ahead of time before I click on it. It's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what Randy says here. Kinder is
Yep.
kids, Spiel is family midweight-ish, and Kenner is advanced. I did not know that.
I still feel like though overall
Fascinating.
they all definitely have a tone to them, and each grouping really does. Each grouping does.
Super interesting. All right, so why don't Gloryhound? What did you do this week? Does something stand out as something you want to talk about that you did this week? Not necessarily game.
I was like, are you bringing this up because Peter Vaughn came and visited us? And you're like,
yes, I am.
She's going to say it. She's going to say it.
Oh, she needs to talk about it.
We get to talk about Peter Vaughn's visit.
Yes. Tell us all about it.
So Peter Vaughn is a game developer, and he develops games like Dwellings of Eldervale. And so we've had Peter come on our show, like in chat and stuff like that, many, many times, and like, goes back and forth with our chat and razzing us and everything. Super great person. And I always tell everybody in chat, I'm like, if you are in the Phoenix area, let us know. Like, we will go out to Silver Key Lounge, Snakes and Lattes, like whatever sort of gaming place, and we'll play games with you. So Peter was like, awesome. Oh, I'm going to come down to Arizona. I'm going to bring Flamecraft with me. Flamecraft is going to be on Kickstarter in about 22 days, I think. I think you can sign up for it to like get notified now. But he wanted to show us the game, which I can't tell you how adorable this game is. It's so adorable. Oh my God.
Tell him about the bread dragon. Tell him about the bread dragon. I was like, did you just say bread?
Yes.
Oh my
gosh. So it's called Flamecraft, and it's about this person who is trying to find all these dragons' homes. And it's not like these big, like, burly dragons. It's like these cute little adorable dragons that are going to help you out in your little sweet shop and stuff like that. And they have different ones that like work better at different shops and stuff. And oh my gosh, I was just like, I was blown away.
Stinking adorable.
By the adorableness of this game. Yeah. Like they have a little sassy blue dragon with like a little bracelet on their tail and stuff, and like I know it's like so cute. They have this cute little red dragon, and and the pieces are shaped like little toasts and stuff, and like little ocean models, and like
little toast,
little toast with like butter on them and stuff. Oh my God!
No. Come on. That kind of stuff just freaks me out. That just freaks me out and makes me want to play it immediately. Even if I'm not like super into theme or like mechanic, I'm like, but it's got buttered toast.
I know.
And I see Nathan saying Flamecraft ! He's been bringing it up in our chats and talking about it. And upon hearing the name, I was thinking it was like Gloomhaven or something like, kind of heavy and dark and whatever. And she's like, it's got bread dragons. What's like the main thing we need to know about this game? Like, what's the mechanic? What's the vibe?
This is a really interesting game because it has engine building in it, but the engine building is actually something that you do out in front of everybody, and everybody uses it, which I thought was really, really. This is like the most interesting part here. Yes.
Yeah.
And I was telling you earlier that sometimes you get into these cutesy games, you think, oh, this is going to be like too simple, too easy. There's not going to be any substance here. But I thought the gameplay on this was so interesting, which is so great to hear because I already love the look of the game. But
I'm so excited.
I know, right? You're going to be placing your dragons out, and you can get little dragon cards, and you place them in the little shops, and then you get to like run this little engine at the shop whenever you place your dragon, where you get to activate the dragon's fire, which is like their little ability and stuff. And each dragon type has a different type of thing that they go ahead and do in the game. Okay, so you add all the dragons to the shops whenever there's they get full, a new shop comes out, and then there's enchantments that you can enchant the shops with, which make them more powerful. So each shop you visit, you're able to add dragons to make it more powerful and add enchantments to make it more powerful, because you are trying to go through and just basically like collect your endgame points by getting dragon cards and collecting those. and going up and doing like kind things for people. Like you can give people like some of your
kind
components
things for people.
Yes, I know, right? Like giving away things is not bad
you can
in
do
this.
kind things for people. Oh my gosh, we need more of that.
If I give somebody my bread, like it's not a bad thing, although I do, lose that resource, but I get 2 points for it. So I'm like, heck yes, like I'm giving everybody some bread. You take some bread. I'm like,
you want some bread? You're allergic to bread? You gonna get bread anyway.
Right?
You have a wheat intolerance? Don't care, you're getting bread, dude. I need those points.
And
oh
then,
my gosh.
Even better, they went through and they made it so punny. So you have Draco Bell. Yeah, you have Draco Bell and empanadas that you end up crafting. Like instead of empanadas, you have empanadas. Like it's so freaking adorable.
On. What are they thinking with that? That's so dang cute. Is there a dragon-fired pizza oven? That would be hilarious.
There is a dragon pizza place, I think. I'm pretty sure there's a dragon pizza place in there. There was like, I could not take enough pictures. It was so adorable. I mean, I'll have to post them here soon, but man, like everything.
I'm highly interested. Mm-hmm.
Everything just looks so fantastic. The components look fantastic.
Who wants dragon spit on their food? I do. I'll be the first to say it. You don't know what it's like.
That might be delicious.
Have you ever even tried it?
You don't know, right?
How about you try it first?
Well, that sounds absolutely adorable. Yeah, and it was so much fun. Cute. So much fun playing with Peter.
I noticed in the comments, Nathan said that he was a little bit here we go. I'm a little nervous about backing it, but after seeing the announcement on the Dice Tower, I want it. What makes you nervous about backing that game? I'm curious to know. Is there something we should know?
Yeah, that's right. Like, I need to know.
Right. Now you're like, wait.
Well, for the most part, Peter went ahead and was with Breaking Games whenever they created Dwellings of Eldervale, and he's put out a lot of really fantastic games like Rise of Tribes and stuff like that. So he's developed a lot of really great games. He has a good eye for him. And he broke off and is making his own company now. So this will be, I think, their first one, under Cardboard Alchemy. So their brand new name. So I don't know if that's the big thing there. Yeah, there we go. Waldamar says, I have to check out more about it on cardboardalchemy.com and left the link there. Perfect.
Thank you. So yeah, I totally thought Flame Crafters was going to be something like crazy heavy duty, but it sounds adorable. Mm-hmm. The engine building.
Yes.
On the outside, I was going to look at pictures. What am I doing?
It's so interesting. Because like nothing feels bad in this game. Like even though you're engine building, you're like, oh no, don't take that spot. Like it doesn't. You never have like that feeling. It's always like, yes, make that spot better.
Make it better.
There. Everybody.
It looks like there is a single picture. This is the picture that we have of this game. Gloryhound, you got to get some pictures out there in the world.
I need to get pictures up there. I do.
This is all we got. This is all they're showing
They're on my camera right now. So if I would have had them on hand, I would have put them up there. But dang it.
This picture is Tootsie McGee. Toots McGee. I want to go visit this place. Look how cute that is.
It's so adorable. They did a fantastic job with the art and just everything. Everything down to the details. I was just so pleased with it. It's funny. It's cute. It's definitely a gamer game when you get down to it. It's easy enough. You can get anybody into play because you're like, place a dragon, get some stuff. It's very easy to get into. So I was just overall super impressed by that. It wasn't just cuteness factor.
So Nathan's saying, I don't kickstart much. Money's pretty tight for buying a game that won't be available for years. So totally makes sense. I was wondering if there was something like wrong that we need to know about as like backers. But nope, it's just this personal thing, which is totally cool. Let me see here. Okay, so I'm going to talk about what we played last night. So Randy and I had a live stream, and he destroyed me. And I think it's because...
What game?
It's because, well, here, let me just look it up here. What
game?
And this is really lame because I seriously thought I was doing super well. And then he destroyed me.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is, y'all. Come on. I felt so confident with all my moves.
Like, I got this.
I was like, Randy, what did you even do? Because I think he got 76, which is, I think he got that score one other time, but that's like his highest score that he's ever gotten. He said his strategy was to make it really gappy, Like fill in a square that
Interesting.
like are really far apart and then fill in those gaps. My strategy was completely
Really?
different. I made sure I got all of one color down for those 10 points. I went straight
Okay.
down and then I kept everything as close as possible. And I had like 54 points or something like that. Like, what?
Huh.
What the heck? But yeah, so this is not a new game. It's from 2017, I believe.
Right.
In this game, you have these little circles here that are called factories. Can you see this on the screen? Because I feel like I didn't share it. Yes, I did.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did. Okay, cool, 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 cool. So those are the factories, and before each round, you plop 4 on each of the factories. You are on your turn able to take some of these tiles off the factory, and the rest that you did not take get pushed into the middle. If you are the first person to take tiles from the middle, you also have to take this first player marker, which is not a bad thing, but it does go onto the bottom of your board, which gives you a negative point down here, if you can see that, which you can't because it's 2,000 feet away. I can't find a better picture. I can't do it. So anyway, so you're basically trying to fill out this. This is your player board, this little like wall of tiles here. And if you have all of one color by the end of the game, you get bonus 10 points. If you stretch the tiles all the way from top to bottom, you get 7 bonus points. So there's little ways to make like bonus points as you go, but per round, if you're able to fill out these rows here, you take the one that's closest to the edge of the grid, you slide it into its place, and the extra ones go back into the bag to re-supplement the bag. So every round you're placing out new tiles, drawing, placing them out strategically so that you can gather points per round as you go. I feel like I botched that, but I don't care. This game's been out forever. If you don't know it, then just stop.
It has.
Just stop.
If you don't know it,
Yeah,
you should
so-
go try it. Definitely. It's a good game. It really is.
It's a great game, and actually a lot of comments last night from people were that they played it with non-gamers who were completely hooked and were like, what else is out there that's like this? So it's a really good like whoosh, zing kind of a game.
Hold on, I'm sorry. The chat's saying that Dr. Gloryhougdd was graduated in 2017. I don't think so, everyone. That was 2000 Dr. Gloryhodd graduated in. Don't think that the Dr. Glory is young, okay? He's not young. Don't be fooled by his lies.
2017, I graduated high school in 2012.
So many lies, Doctor. Called out.
Just stop it. Just absolutely stop it.
Azul, have you played the other Azuls? Or have you played just the original?
So I have not played Summer Pavilion, but I did play the stained glass one, which I remember it being a little, I say cutthroat, but not really.
Yeah.
Like it's not that mean, but it's definitely of the 3 a little more cutthroaty. I played it on the cruise ship, actually. I was telling our chat last night. There was a young couple. I think they were newlyweds. There was just something. I feel like they were newlyweds. And then another girl, and it was probably 1 a.m, and I was like totally hyped up on like caffeine and like junk food and like cake, and I was feeling good about
like you
my
do.
like, I think, yeah, like I do.
Like you do.
I think it was
on the cruise.
Right, on the cruise. Actually, I think it's the night that I was wearing slippers around the ship.
Oh, that's amazing. You're like,
you
whatever.
get to a point in cruise life, you're like, whatevs. I saw a guy in a bathrobe. I was like,
did you really?
Oh yeah. Like you get dressed up and then you have your day where you're like, So I had jeans and a t-shirt and my little pink like slippers and I was walking around. So anyways, I was playing this game with them and I was like, like really wild and hyper and talking, and they were like, so
that's the worst.
I was like, I don't know what to do.
So when I play games, I'm sassy. I can be loud.
Yeah.
Like it can be ridiculous and stuff, right?
Yes.
You know,
it's fun.
And well, I'm always nervous about how people are going to take that whenever I play games with them. Because if they don't know me going in, I don't want to like accidentally like razz somebody. And then, because like sometimes, especially when the doctor and I are both there, like it gets bad. It gets bad between the two of us, just being ridiculous.
Oh,
and
absolutely know what you're talking about.
I feel like at, what was it? I think at a Gen Con, we were at like some gaming meetup with everybody. And everybody's like, oh, hey, you know, like, hi, I watch your stuff. I'm like, cool. And then I thought because, like, they watched my stuff that, like, they were going to know that I was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think I said something. And then the rest of the game, they were like,
oh, no.
I was like,
oh, no. You're like, it's getting out of hand. I'm sorry.
I'm such a bad person. I'm so sorry.
Well.
I feel so bad.
I totally know what you're talking about. Like, I don't know. I was just being super goofy and loud and like not even thinking about it. And I think they were like literally done with me by the end of the game. And I was like, bye guys, maybe we'll play another game later. And they're like, oh,
They're like, we have to
I got to roast
we'll
in the
never
oven.
see you again. Yeah,
I got to roast in the cruise ship. You've turned us sour to cruises. I was like, well, shoot. I had fun. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Look at this. This is Dr. Gloryhoundd says, so she just harasses me constantly.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, Nerd Just Souls, bring on the sass. We love it. Good.
See? Okay. All right. Yeah. If you sit down at a table and you tell me that you know who I am and my content, I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to be sassy. Because I assume that
you get what you get.
Right, exactly. That like my joking level of ridiculousness that happens, So like,
plus if you start censoring that, like even if you read the room, okay, and you start censoring your like playfulness and funness and vibe, that's not good.
You don't have as much fun.
That's not healthy. Just
that's the way I have fun,
Yeah, as long as you're not like disruptive. I mean, whatever. I don't know. But okay, that was a super long answer to I have only played 2 of them. Like if you played the others, I'm like, I was on a cruise ship and there were these people. Yeah, I did not play the Summer Pavilion, but that's all. Yeah, right? I know. So they were over here and now their mind is over here. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Have you played the other Azules or just the first one?
I've played the first 2, and I really like Stained Glass, though. Like, I really like Stained Glass for some reason, but I'm curious about the third one because I just haven't played it, and by that time, like, I'd already played the other 2, and I'm like, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get there whenever it happens.
I feel so satisfied with the original one that I don't really, it's not one of those games where I'm like, gosh, how can this get any better? I want to try the other ones. I'm so happy with, I keep saying with this one because I'm literally looking at it. We played it from last night. You're like, why are you pointing at the corner? Are you hallucinating?
With this one over here where you cannot see the magical game.
Do you see it, you guys? Yeah. Do you see it? I'm losing my mind. Yeah, so that's that. Now I have a question too about the cruise. Have you been on one of the Dice Tower cruises? Have you done
I have
one
not. I've not done a cruise. I've been to like Dice Tower West and stuff because it's closest to me. But I'm a little nervous about cruises because I get really, really sick, like from the ocean, seasick. Yeah. So like I was to the point that like I was snorkeling one time and I got seasick snorkeling because like, you're like here and you're looking at stuff and you're on top of the water. So you're like bobbing a little. And I got so sick and I'm like, I need to go. I'm like, get me back on the boat. I'm like, give me to land or else I'm going to puke.
Can you imagine if you puked while you were snorkeling?
And then it's like, all right, everybody just stay away.
Oh my gosh. They're like, what's that brown stuff in the water? Oh my gosh. Sorry, chat. I'm so sorry.
I do not go on big boat rides. I'll do like a boat on some calm water, something like for fishing or whatever, something like that. Yeah. But if it's on a big boat and you're going fast and it's bumpy or like I just haven't done a big cruise ship because of that because I'm kind of nervous about it.
How do you do
it just happens like fast?
Yeah. How do you do on like rides then? Do you like go to amusement parks?
Okay.
Yeah.
I cannot ride specific rides because of that because I do get that seasick feeling so fast. Like any ride that swings like this, nope. Any ride that spins around too fast, nope. Like I just as soon as it happens, I'm like weak stomach. I can ride roller coasters.
Sad?
Yeah. Roller coasters.
Because roller coasters are more like you are going up and down, but you're going
right.
You're not. It's not repetitive motion. That's like jostling your stomach.
And that's what it is. Like the repetitive, like up and down of something.
I feel like I did nail it with that word. Yeah. Totally. And actually, like repetitive. That's what it is, baby.
That's 100% it.
Yeah, I totally hear you. Randy has a weak, whatever that is, constitution when it comes to things like that. So when we go to places with rides, I'm always the one on the ride with my kids, and I'll go do crazy stuff. Like to me, I will say it was 2 years ago, I went on a ride with Lucas, and I was like, all right, okay. So it kind of affected me. It was just the first time and it felt really weird. And I was like, what is
Yeah.
this? Like,
But
why?
Tails
But
says, what about coaster loops? Coaster loops are okay as long as there's not too many. I don't need like a
sure.
quintuple coaster loop. None of that business. Like,
I don't need none of that.
yeah, teacup rides are out. Never riding teacups ever.
Oh,
And my
yeah.
poor kid is always like, I want to go. I want to go. I'm like, cool. Go with somebody else. Go find
Yeah,
somebody else. Go
cool.
talk to somebody
See that
else.
stranger over
Yeah.
there?
You want me to
Go
die?
meet
You want
him.
your mother to die today? Is that what you want?
Like, I know you got mad at me last week, but geez, I didn't know you wanted me to die. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that makes me sad that snorkeling even made you sick. Like,
Yeah,
oof.
it was very sad because I was really
Mm,
excited to be out there and like to be looking down
yeah.
at all the cool animals and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just like, and it hit me so fast. It was just a point, and I was like, and now I'm sick. I'm going to throw up. I need to get on the
You
boat
know,
right now, and I need to
on
go
the
back.
cruise ship, we heard that, and I've never been on a cruise, so I didn't know how my body would react to it. So we bought those little sticker things, those
Oh
like
yeah,
Dramamine stickers, and you
yeah.
like keep it on your neck for the whole time. We told ourselves we would put them on if we started noticing anything. We never noticed a thing.
Okay.
There was one night where it was kind of storming out on the, so you could, if you were in the right spot on the boat, you could kind of feel this a
Ooh.
little bit, which
Ooh.
I don't know how many of the people in the chat know this, or even if you know this, but I have literal nightmares about the ocean. Like, I wake up just in a sweat and I'm like, and I dream that there's like a whale under me and it's this whole thing. And if you
Ocean is
show me,
scary.
it's
So scary.
horrifying. And there's
It
places
is.
that it's so deep they've never even been able to go to. And like, what's living down there? Who
I know,
are
right?
you?
No, don't.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Horrifying. Yeah, no. So the whole time we're on the cruise ship, I'm just thinking this like friggin' Cthulhu, like under our boat. And I'm like,
And you're like,
we're all
I
gonna
knew this was gonna
die.
happen.
We're all gonna die. Yeah, so I had to like take that part out of my brain and just not think about it. But there was one night they said the boat was moving and they're like, if you are feeling nauseous, go to level 4. There was something about level 4 that was very like, I don't know why. I think there was
Get
8
on that
floors, and that was
level.
like the middle one. Yeah, I think it's because it was the middle of the floors, and it was the most like stable or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's hilarious. They have like a certain
Yeah.
part of the boat. So maybe it's just
Yep.
everybody's like, if you're feeling that way, go to level 4. And then they have like the
Yeah.
cleanup crew there just in case.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
it's all consolidated to
They're
like one
just
level and area.
they're just mopping up puke the whole time. Go puke on level 4.
Level 4 is where you want to be. Okay,
Oh my
everyone?
gosh. Yeah, you wanted to puke tonight? Go to level 4. That's your place right there. Oh my gosh.
That's
Yeah. So
planning right there.
oh yeah, and when they told me that I was like, why do you want me to go to level 4? Like, it was so scary. But my like Randy wants to do snorkeling and I'm kind of horrified at the notion because I just can picture like I can't even go in a pool if I'm like my eyes are closed and I'm swimming in a hotel pool and I picture a shark next to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
like I can't
Yeah.
even. So my dad has a story about he was on a missions trip in Jamaica and he was snorkeling and it was shallow water and it was amazing and gorgeous, and all of a sudden he gets out to this edge of the reef and he just pushes himself out and he just glides over a drop off that went into a black abyss.
Oh,
And he was
no,
like,
no.
so he was like
Yeah.
sputtering and
Back,
screaming.
and back, and back,
Oh
and
my
back.
gosh. Yeah. Do you know the scene on Finding Nemo when there's like the barracuda waiting outside?
Oh,
He's like swimming and all of a
yeah.
sudden he looks up and there's this creature looking at him. That's my nightmare.
No thanks, no thanks. Yeah, the
Yeah.
ocean is a super
Yeah.
scary place. I'm not a fan. Like,
It's
even
so
just
scary.
doing the snorkeling thing, like it feels like you're
Yeah.
like looking through a window, but still I saw a snake. I'm like, oh, there's a snake over there.
Oh
There's a
my
snake over
gosh,
there. I'm
you
like,
saw a snake?
no. Yeah, it's like, and he was
No, no,
swimming
no, no,
down
no.
there. I was like, you just swim away,
Yeah, go
okay?
away. Go. Get out of here, kid. We were on the cruise. We stopped at Cozumel and we were walking in like this deep of water. And this kid's like, Mom, look at this shark. And I'm like, ah, and I'm running out of the water.
Well, and
What'd you
here's the
say,
thing,
kid?
like, snake on land, not scary. I'm like, cool, it's a snake over there. I'll
Yeah.
walk this way. Snake in the water.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right?
nope. Get me out of the
Horrifying.
water. It's
Horrifying. Totally agree. Totally agree. Wow. All right. Okay. Look at this. Let's see. Level 4 is all the tile and soda
terrible. Yeah, that one made me laugh.
That's
like
the puke floor.
right off the bat. That's the tiled floor. That's where we put everybody.
Oh my gosh. That is so scary.
It's the real secret.
Oh, anyways. All right. So, what else did you play this week?
So we got in our copy of Night Cage from Kickstarter.
Okay.
So
Night
freaking excited
Cage?
about this game. So excited. Okay. We did a playthrough, and I think it was on Tabletop Sim at one point that we played with, oh gosh, I can't remember his name all of a sudden. The gentleman from Smirk and Dagger. Yes. This game is so amazing. It's so amazing.
Cool.
I love it so stinking much, okay? And all of the upgrades are amazing in it. Whew. So, in this game, and it's a creepy game, Ellen. So this is this meets my creepy criteria for the day.
Super creepy. Oh my gosh. What? Oh, what? No.
Basically, what happens is, well, you've woken up in the dark and you're in these tunnels. And it's not enough room for you to like go with somebody else. It's just you can creep through the tunnel. And it is like an ever-changing maze. You have a candle, and you can only see, you have a candle like this, and you're like, oh, and you can only see down the corridors, like one corridor. So one tile in front of you, one tile in back of you, wherever the corridors are at, okay? And whenever you move to another tile, and it goes out of your candlelight, you pick up that tile, and it goes away. So when you go back, it's never the same maze. It's an ever-changing maze as you're going around. And you're going through.
You do realize how scary this is, right?
It is. It's so scary. It's so fun. It's so cool. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. Cat's excited and I'm like crying.
You're trying to find keys, so the key tiles, and you have to get on the tile and get a key, and you have to get back to the gate with everybody else. And the tiles with cracks on them, if you stay there, they'll crack and you'll fall down. Or as soon as you leave, it turns into a pit. There's also, in the dark, of course, monsters that are there, okay?
Like
and the monsters,
oh, no, that's you. Oh, gosh.
That's you crawling around. And this is cooperative for everybody. So everybody's trying to do the same thing. And you will work together to try to illuminate certain things, because like the gate tile might come up, and then you have to keep that illuminated, because if it drops away, like you're going to lose your exit as you go through. So you're working with other people to try to keep these certain things illuminated, keys, so other players can get it, because you can only hold one at a time. And at the end of the game, your tiles, oh my gosh, your tiles that you go through, that you draw, that's your candlelight. And it's in this tile holder that's like a giant candle. And so as you're drawing these tiles out of this, your candle goes lower and lower and lower until it goes out and you have like no tiles to draw. Like it's so freaking thematic and amazing, everybody. I cannot say enough
stressed out
about this game, right? And in the Kickstarter thing, they added these cute little candles here. And so like whenever your candle goes out, you turn off your light. Your candle goes out and like that until you relit. Yeah.
Look how sad this person is. Oh my gosh. Wow.
This game is so much fun. So challenging. So challenging. It's truly a fantastic cooperative game where you really, every move you're discussing with the table, how you're going to keep things lit, what possibilities that you're going to go through, where you need keys, how many tiles are going down. Like if there's a monster in the dark, who's going to get hit by that monster? Because the monster fires down the corridors and could possibly hit several people. So you're working with these other people like, okay, if I get hit, then I can relight my candle over here and hopefully go ahead and take this out over here, and then the monster will be gone. And like it is exciting.
It sounds
and it
really
gives
intense.
It gives you that pit in your stomach with the thematicness of drawing those tiles off the stack and then not being able to see physically where you're going. You don't know when you've got those tiles. And it was such a joy to be able to play with that. Like it was just so good.
I do feel like it is creepy. I feel like it's mostly like edge of your seat, scary. Like you're trying, like the anticipation of trying to keep your candle lit.
Yeah.
I don't love things with like demons and stuff. That's not my jam. But this doesn't necessarily seem like that. It seems like you're just trying to get out of this like place. The little skeleton people are scary though. That's
well, the little
scary.
skeleton people don't come in every set. So the little skeleton people, I believe, are a Kickstarter exclusive. Most of the times, your pawn is a little candle. So your little colored candle there.
Oh, I saw that.
That you go through,
got it.
And the monsters, although the art is like scary looking, it's like 85% passageways and stuff. And then the monsters, there's several different ones. But I wouldn't say they're creepy looking because I think the art involved, but I don't necessarily think they're like
Yeah, had I seen the candles, like
gory,
the little meeple candles, I
Yeah.
think I would have been way less creeped out until I saw the
Yeah.
skeletal people. That's when I was like, what is happening here? Randy
No
said we saw
skeletal
this at our no skeletals, and I'll be fine. Randy said he saw this at our how do you say it? Friendly local game store. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I saw that too, and I was like, what is this? And it was kind of intriguing just because that box cover is a little intriguing, right?
It is.
Like it's
Everything
kind of
about this
creepy
game is
looking.
intriguing, and
Loopy asked you if you used the soundtrack. Is he talking about to this game, do you think?
right. So I believe they
Okay.
made a soundtrack for this. And when we were doing it on TTS, we used the soundtrack, which of course just ups the creep factor. But when we were playing at a friend's house, we forgot about the soundtrack and we did not play it. And it was it's one of our recently played. We just played it because we got it in. We're like, oh my gosh, we love this game. We have to try it again.
Yeah, got it. Tails said I knew she'd be all over this one.
Yes, it was so good.
I love it.
So good.
I actually definitely am intrigued. So, Randy, I don't know. We can discuss picking this one up. I am not a co-op person, as you know, but this one sounds like it's angsty, like super, like just
it's mind bending a little bit
because
as you're going through and the board there. So like if you go off the left hand side of the board, you come from the right. It's like a side scrolling thing where you come, and if you go up, then it goes where you go down. So it's like a little mind bending on where you start placing things because you're like, all right, what am I illuminating? How can I get to this? Because the board wraps around and stuff.
Really cool.
And then the anticipation all comes from those tiles and placing them down and just knowing that you're running out of time with every single tile you draw, So like sometimes you're placing things in certain places just so you don't have to draw tiles because at this time, this is not the best time for you to draw tiles because you're really trying to conserve those tiles.
Yeah.
So it's that one resource management portion that it just creates all that anticipation and edge of your seat stuff and everything. And at the end of the game, if your candle is out, the tiles start coming off the board. So you start moving and then you have to take a tile off the board. And so like your world just collapses. And it's just so thematic like that. I mean, there are a few games that involve the play so thematically in it, and this one just did it like mwah. It gets the Jeff's kiss of gameplay with thematicness. Okay.
I'm very intrigued. It's not my cup of tea, but just I do want to try. I would like to try this one, and actually, I have been loving adding soundtracks onto games. We actually played Hogwarts Battle with our kids a while ago because my kids hardly ever play games with us. But when we did, I had the Harry Potter theme music on in the background, and I even had my phone with a screen. Like there's a Harry Potter ambiance on YouTube, and it's like Diagon Alley with like the snow coming down, and so I had that on, and so I'm just so into when games give you like background music. I think we always have obviously the exit games. Like those always have like the soundtrack with them and all that. So
it adds so much.
Tails says, I sold it last night and was very close during the final flickers. But one of my dudes fell into an eternal abyss. Oh, that sucks.
I feel like it always gets down to the final flickers. It always gets down to the very end where you're taking tiles off the game. And I don't know how they timed the game to do that. But like I always feel like you either barely make it out or like you die trying. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so good.
Oh boy, Randy's saying, I think I want this. We'll discuss it later, babe. We'll discuss. I think my hesitancy is that I don't tend to love co-op. And I don't know, is this like a super pricey game? Like what's the deal with that? Do you know what the ballpark is?
I don't remember. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, because I got it so long ago and it just came in. I'm like, yay, free game. Because apparently, if you pay for something in the past, it doesn't actually equate to a price in the future. So I don't know if you know that.
I did not know that. Learning another lesson. Apparently Randy asked how fast it plays maybe. Tails replied and said it says 50 minutes, but I'm fairly certain even my first game was less than that. So that sounds like a perfect amount of time.
Yeah, I think with
Panic
more people, there might be more chatting, with it, and it might take a little longer because of that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Chef's Kiss.
Yeah, the Jeff's Kiss is the highest rating that you can give in any sort of board game from the Gloryhoundd. Yeah.
Is it Jeff's Kiss or Chef's Kiss? Because I'm seeing both.
It is the Jeff's Kiss because
Jeff's Kiss. Okay. Who is Jeff? Who the heck is this guy?
Right? Okay, so that's a whole other story too.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it, baby. Let's hear it.
So we were doing something, and we gave like our game, and I think we accidentally said Jeff's Kiss instead of Chef's Kiss at some point. And it just became like a thing we started saying. And then I didn't even realize that Kevin Smith says Jeff's Kiss all the time, because he actually has like a good reason, because there's like some, I don't know, has like some movie background thing. Jeff somebody, and he does the Jeff's Kiss in all these like mobster like movies and stuff like that. But for us, it's just a bad wordplay that I said wrong. And then from then on, I've always said Jeff's Kiss like forever. That's so because, you know, Jeff seems like a cool guy and would know what he was talking
Jeff
about.
is cool. Jeff is great. We all love Jeff. Why wouldn't you want a Jeff Kiss, honestly?
Right? I know.
I mean, seriously, ask yourself why.
Jeff's a super cool guy, and I'd trust him, says Tails, right?
Oh,
you
totally.
Just trust Jeff automatically.
He's a super cool guy, and I trust him. Gloryhoundd says $35 for the base game. That is not bad at all.
That's really good. For the play that you're getting for $35, like I had so much fun playing it. Just so much fun. Yeah.
Game Nerds has it listed for 28 pre-order. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Let's see. Randy's talking to somebody. I don't know what's going on. Oh, we won't be there this year. Somebody was saying I'll bring it to Gen Con, and Randy said perfect. Yeah. But I don't think we will. We will not be there this year. All right, so I'm catching up on the comments here. Yeah. Everyone knows Jeff. Come on. Right? And how prized his Kiss ratings are. I love this. I'm going to start saying Jeff Kiss now. That's so
Jeff's
good.
Kiss. It means so much more than just the chef, because the chef is like just anybody out there that's, you know, making food. But Jeff.
But Jeff, though, goes way deeper than that.
Is a guy.
Look at this. Jeff's Kiss is a chef's kiss, but better, as it's a kiss of perfection from actor Jeff Bridges.
That's what it was, Jeff Bridges.
Glad to know there's an explanation for all that. That's amazing. Well, all right. So Randy and I will discuss this game when he gets home today. And,
you'll have to let me know.
We'll see what happens. Yeah,
you'll have to let me know.
Definitely will.
I think it's still playable on TTS too, if you want to try it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will definitely. I'm actually gonna look into this one. You know, a lot of times people tell you about a game and you're like, yeah, I'll look into it, but it doesn't make that spot on a shelf in your brain where you remember it. Sometimes it gets put in the back, you know. But this one, along with Micro Macro, like those are two games that you showed me where I'm like, I want to find that. Okay, so here is the other game that I played. I think it was actually a week and a half ago, maybe. But Cubitos, and look at this cover. Come on.
He's
love
a cheese guy.
It's a cheese guy. I forget actually what his name is. Is it Mr. Cheese? I can't remember.
What? But he has a name? Oh my gosh.
He does. Oh yeah, he does. So, oh my gosh, I'm gonna try my darndest to explain this, guys. Forgive me. What are you doing in this game? First of all, look at those characters. What?
Super cute.
Right? Oh my gosh. All right. In this game, it is just a race. Nothing else. It is a race. Along the racetrack, there are different places you can veer off to get different benefits. You can get these little, they're like purple hands, and you can add those to like dice rolls as you play, so you can stop for those. You can stop to discard dice that are not very effective. So there's a lot of simultaneous play. You roll your dice, and whatever turns face up out of the dice you have to put onto your board to keep. There's a push your luck mechanic where if you bust at having 3, if you roll beyond 3 face up ones after you put them on your board, you actually can't do anything. Like you sacrifice your entire turn, which is no fun. So you really want to be strategic with the money that you're accumulating during the game to buy all of these other characters here, because the more expensive the dice are, the more powerful they are, and they give you all these different abilities. So like, look at this purple guy. You bet your ass you can.
I know.
We'll play it. Where's
Jurassic Can.
Randy said that, and I was like, excuse me, sir?
And he says it, you're like, oh, I'm like, say that on screen.
Inappropriate.
Oh, it's on the card.
Inappropriate.
It's on the card.
Yeah, it's on the card. He's like, it literally does not say what you think. He's like, your mind is in the wrong place.
Yeah. Jurassic Can.
So then you got like Mr. Bats here. They all give you different abilities. when you roll them, you like this one right here, Rolling Stoned, which is kind of cute name. When you roll this guy, he has like a shield on one area on the dice that you can actually use it to block like a bad roll, so that you don't bust, and then you get rid of that die because you used it. So they just all have different abilities. Some of them work better with each other. And the main thing you're wanting to collect, besides obviously like better die, are feet, like little feet pictures on the die, which are really cute. Everything is like cube shaped, so the feet are like these chunky cube feet, like which is just like yeah, it's like hobbit feet. Is so cute. So you want to roll these feet to progress along the racetrack, and I think it is the first person to cross the finish line, the game ends immediately. So yeah, when we played this with our friends, Randy just destroyed everybody. It's because he bought these Jurassican ones.
Yeah.
He like
Oh yeah, I've done
destroyed us
that
with this
before.
guy right here. Oh my gosh. So,
Yeah.
and I think this game is like fairly new. Didn't it just come out like
It
a
did.
couple
I think it
months
just came
ago?
out within
Yeah.
like the last year. And those little boxes
Okay.
that you have the dice on there are super cute because you throw all the dice in the
Yes.
box afterwards, and then like you can dump them out and then put them
Yeah.
on top, and then that's like, here, now you
Isn't
have
that
little
clever?
things for it. Yeah, I thought that was
I
super
thought that was
clever. Yeah.
so cute. And actually I heard that some people in like the chat, because we posted after we played it,
Yeah.
they had problems with the boxes not being able to stay in place. But like if you like bend the corners enough, they worked
Yeah.
fine for us. Some
Oh,
people did have
absolutely.
other storage solutions. They just bought these little like square cubes, like clear cubes to keep them in. But I kind of like these
Oh
cardboard
yeah.
ones.
Yeah,
They're
I
super
like the
cute. They have
cardboard boxes
several.
too.
They're cute. They work totally fine, I thought. They have several types of each color, and you put one of each out. Yes.
Yeah, I
Randy,
think I
thank
was
you.
talking to the developer too on those boxes and stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, we were trying it and see if it would work. Some people loved it, some
Uh-huh.
people hated it." I was like,
Yeah.
I thought it was like very, like I'm excited when game companies do stuff like this because then
Yep.
even if
Totally.
it is a failed thing, then other companies will look at that and be like, "How can we make this better? Or
Yes.
how can we
Oh, that's
implement this
such a
into
good
a game?" You
point.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
so I'm always
Yep.
excited whenever they make up cool stuff like this. I thought it was super
Yep.
cute.
Totally. Nathan says I love cubitos. That's a fun name too. Cubitos. I love it.
Cubitos.
Any game with a dog he loves. The sad thing about that dog though, like
Yes.
you like I don't know if you kill it, but it like dies, I think the game says, doesn't it?
Oh,
The dog
I don't
dies or something, and then you get
remember.
or me and my friends were super morbid and joking about that. Randy, isn't that a thing? You're like your dog dies or something like that? Mr. Bark or Mr. Barks or something? I can't remember. Oh my goodness. So that's what we played, and I
Hmm.
love it. I think that it is light enough for my children to grasp. Um,
Yes.
I definitely think I could play with them. In the night that we played, it was just all of us adults, and it was just goofy fun with Push Your Luck. I was just talking to somebody on Facebook. They said this one beats out Quacks of Quedlinburg for them because it's that same
Oh,
like you can
okay.
bust, yeah, Push Your Luck. This one's a race, obviously, but yeah. So
Right.
I was like, I could kind of see that beating it out. Honestly, it's really fun. Yeah. What did you
The
think about this
racing
one?
the racing portion is so important. You can get very easily distracted into making like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna get these dice for this combination, this and this and this, and then all of a sudden you're like, and I lost the game because I just wasn't in the race. I wasn't racing. I wasn't doing the
Yeah.
important part of the game. I was not paying attention to
That
just
was
getting
me.
up here on the board. Yeah.
I
And that
was
can
off
happen
in some
very, very
rut,
easily. Uh-huh.
like way behind everyone, because I was like, I wonder if I could get over there and then get rid of some of my die. But like, yeah, you should do that when the opportunity presents. But like, don't
Yeah.
go out of your way crazy to make that happen because it is a race. Like,
That's the
yeah,
hardest
I
thing to
failed.
remember when playing it. Yeah, is just don't get too tied up in all the dice because it's
Yeah,
exciting making all those combinations and stuff.
it
But you
is. Oh,
you
that's
might
such a
miss
good
out on
point.
just doing the race. It's
Yeah,
like
just race, guys. Chill out. Tails says he runs away. And then Randy says, "Yeah, you lose it." So I'm like, you kill your dog." No, you don't.
oh.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh, the guy's name on the
Let's
cover is the Big Cheese. Who's the Big
the big
Cheese?
cheese. That's what it is.
Yeah,
He kind of looks like SpongeBob a little bit.
he is. He kind
Um,
of is. He's like the
doesn't he?
cheese
Yeah.
flavored SpongeBob.
Yeah, he is. He's a cheese SpongeBob. Tail says it's harder to cheat than Quacks, which unfortunately is applicable with most of my game groups. Are you serious? Like actual people cheating? What?
Wow.
I don't understand that. Can I
How
just
do you
tell the
cheat in
world?
quacks? How do you do that?
How do you cheat? Because I think there's
Like,
some simultaneous stuff going
like,
on, and you
because you
just,
like get in the bag and then you're like,
yeah,
oh, I don't want that. I
yeah, I don't
guess
want
I
that
don't
one.
know.
I
I don't
think one of the
know.
most disgraceful things for anybody, like children, they're children, they're learning their morals and things like that. But I had a discussion about this with somebody recently too about cheating in an adult game group. That is the most despicable. Like, what? I
Yeah,
can't even like intentional cheating. Not like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Can I fix this? Not
yeah.
that. I'm talking about like doing the side eye thing, making sure no one's looking, and then doing something. What in the world? Stop it. And it happens. It happens. I
It
don't know.
does. Well, you know what? One time, and this is like, I feel so bad about this
Mm.
because it made it look like I was a cheater in a game, and I felt so bad.
Oh
Okay,
no.
so this is like
Great.
the
What did
worst
you
ever,
do?
Ellen. I know. It's so
What
bad.
did you do?
It's so bad. Okay, so I was playing with my game group.
Hmm.
And I was behind in the game, but I knew I
Hmm.
wasn't that behind because I had a bunch of cards. I don't even remember what game I was playing, but it was a game where you had a bunch of cards. You could turn them in for stuff, at certain times.
Okay.
Or not at certain times. You could turn in a bunch of them, I think. And I waited until I think it was like the last 3 rounds to turn in a bunch of cards. But about that midway point, I was like, oh man, like, I have all these cards and everything. It was really exciting. And then I did all my
Yeah.
stuff. And during the end of the game, I was like, oh, had at least, X amount of points and cards. And I had already I meant like during the game, I had X amount of points in cards.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
had played them all. And somebody was like, oh, that's really cool. And we're putting it up. And he's like, can I see the cards you used? And I was like, that were in your hand? I was like, yeah, here you go. And then
Yeah.
at that
Sure.
moment, as I handed them over, I realized I said I had X amount of points in cards, and there's not X amount of points
Oh.
there. I meant I had X amount of points mid game, but I left out the mid
Oh
game
my
thing. And
gosh.
at that point, I just knew it was over. I felt so bad.
Oh,
I was like, they're
but
gonna
that
think
to me
I
is
cheated.
so. That to me is so forgivable. Like that's. I don't know. I mean, when
They
you.
looked through and they counted and everything, and I turned them and I said, it was mid game. It wasn't that, but of course,
Oh,
everything's already picked up. All the points have been calculated and
yeah.
done. And they went ahead and already looked at my cards, and I was like, "There's no way to get
Oh,
out of there. There's no
there's
way
no
to
way.
say anything. There's no way
Yeah.
for me not to look like I was a cheater." And now
Oh,
all I can think of is just
dang.
do they think I'm a cheater for the rest of my life now? Am I just
Oh, that
a bad
I.
person in their mind forever now, and are always
How did
watching
how did
me?
you? Yeah, they're always watching every move you make.
There's
I've
nothing I
done
can.
things where like in a game, I'll make some points, and then like a few rounds later, Randy would be looking over, or anybody really, but it usually is Randy because he actually is helping me count and stuff, which is good because I cannot count. And he's like, how did you? And I'm like, I know it was legal. I know what I did was legal. I know it. And I don't remember how I got there. And I'm like trying to defend myself. Like, I swear. I'm like, I'm
I
not
know,
going to win
right?
this game, but I know I did it right.
I like
Well, I
Tails.
doubt they think you're a cheater.
Tails up
What do
here.
you say?
Wow, remind me not to play with her in the future. Thanks, Tails. Thanks.
Battle cries like, oh,
I
sorry,
feel
was
so
listening. Gloryhound
bad.
cheats.
I feel so bad. I'm forever a
No, I
cheater
don't.
now. It's
Oh,
even
you're
worse.
not.
It's even worse because I won the game. So I won the game.
Oh,
So I'm sure
ouch.
that they thought that oh God,
I would
I'm just a
100%
bad
believe you. I would have been like,
person.
no, whatever. It was probably something in the middle of the game. It's fine. You're fine. You're
Feel
good.
bad.
We know you don't cheat. Come on now.
Feel so
Tail
bad.
says it's so obvious in quacks as soon as the bag goes under the table. It's interesting you
Oh,
say that because every time I shuffle
under the
them, I
table.
bring it down. I bring it down every time because I don't want to be going like this. It's natural for me to bring the bag down and kind of shake everything up and then start pulling out.
Wait, you
So
pull
I
in
wonder.
the bag down here?
Yeah.
You pull
So
from
every
down here.
time, yes,
I do it
I've
from the
always done
side.
that.
I'm do it from the
I've
side, and
always like,
I use the force while I'm doing it. I'm like,
yeah.
okay, not that one. Not, dang
The
it. Not as good at controlling the force as I
force is
thought.
not strong
Yeah.
with me, dang it.
Yeah.
God darn it, that force today just got away from me. Yeah, I do. Every time I take the bag and I put the stuff in and I just kind of shake it down here and I
Okay.
start shuffling through and then pull them out. This is always my natural tendency is to bring it down, so I'm not like
Okay.
doing that. I don't know. And so I wonder if people have thought I was cheating before. Dang.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know
So
if I am apparently cheating, just to keep it above the table.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oops.
All
I've
my
played it at
cheating ways.
conventions with tons of people, and they're probably like, look at her cheating. It's ridiculous.
Everybody would know immediately that, like, I'm so bad at those sort of push your luck games that, like, there's no way I could get like a high score in that game. They're just like,
Oh,
whatever.
no. No, not at all. I push it way too much. I bust every dang time.
I'm super bad.
Gloryhound says, when I notice a mistake and admit it, then I get called a cheater. Baffles me. I pointed it out. That's kind of true.
It's funny. That's why. That's the only reason why I say it is because it's funny. Yeah.
It's because we know your conscience got to you and you're like, I can't deal with my choices. I'm a cheater.
That's what it was. It's his conscience.
I know that's what it is. Oh my gosh. Haley says, I was
gosh.
suddenly thinking that you could be sisters. Cheating. Unintentional cheating sisters. It's an accident.
I know. It's the worst. It's the worst.
But unfortunately, it is a real issue in the board gaming arena, which is I can't wrap my mind around that because
I don't know either.
I just can't.
Yeah, we had someone that we gamed with that we were pretty sure was doing that, and it ruins the whole thing. It ruins
everything.
It ruins the time. It ruins the game, and then you feel like you have to like be extra watchful or something. And I'm not a fan of that. Like,
no,
people and it's important to learn how to be a good loser too. So like, just play your best game and learn how to deal with whatever happens.
Yeah,
you're an adult,
man. It is kind of an icky feeling, like when you find out that someone was cheating, even like in a board game, even like it's something as simple as that. It just is an icky feeling. It's distrustful and dishonest, and it makes you feel like you got hosed, Tommy. Nobody likes to get hosed.
And like, it doesn't even matter. It's a board game. Like, it doesn't matter.
It's a game. Just stop. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up our chat for today. I had more games that I kind of wanted to talk about, but I will save until next week. I believe I'm going to be hosting again next. Yes, I am. I'm hosting again next week on our channel here, and I will have the Brothers Murph with us, which should be a lot of fun.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to be goofy. They're super goofy. They're super, honestly, we're all going to be talking over each other so much. Like, it's going to be crazy laugh fest talking time. And then have you ever met them in person? I don't remember because I don't remember if you said you have. Because you've been at conventions with them, right?
I have, but I don't think I've gotten at a convention, you still end up hanging out with like a certain group of people, I think.
Totally.
And for some reason, they're in like a separate group usually. So I don't know where they end up hanging out at conventions and stuff.
Interesting.
I don't think I've hung out with them. I think I may have met them maybe. But like in passing really quick somewhere, but that's it. So
yeah,
I'm
interesting.
Excited.
Well, it should make for a fun show. Yeah, it'll be really cool. So you guys tune in here next week at 12:30 Central Daylight Time. I always get those mixed up. We'll be chatting with Brothers Murph and about board games and anything else that we want to talk about because that's what we do here. So good times. Thank you, chat, so much for being here. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Have a beautiful, beautiful week.